with the success of Expedition 33, Square Enix will make more turn-based games and recognizes the success of Expedition 33.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is
Very cool.
this is very cool. But the thing is, it's funny that it
Yeah.
takes a company. It's like, hey, remember what you used to do? And you said that people don't like turn-based anymore. We're gonna go back to turn-based, and then they're like, damn, people actually like turn-based. It's like, yeah, like take a look at the stuff from Atlas. Take a look look at all the Persona stuff.
Right.
Refantazio got fucking like best RPG.
Yeah, that's my
year.
game of the year last year. Yeah, yeah. But here's my take on that though. It's like, it also brings up another subject. That's the one I brought up before. But anyway, my point is, Square Enix. It's not that they were not making them. It's just that they are. They are. Like, take a look at Dragon Quest 11. Take a look at Bravely Default. Take a look at Octopath Traveler. They've been making them. It's just that
it's just not the main line.
They're not good at marketing them either. And that, like, I brought this up to you, Phil, before, why Clair Obscur is really, really good. Why people really like a lot of the big reviewers in YouTube, especially the ones on YouTube. I told you before, like, because those big YouTubers like Luke Stevens, Josh Strife, Hasten, all the big ones, they don't play a lot of JRPGs. So they don't know that these types of stories are that good in a JRPG because they don't give it a chance. The moment they see like something like Octopath Traveler or Dragon Quest, they immediately dismiss giving the game a shot because, oh, I'm not a weeb. I don't play anime or weeb-like games. So they don't know that there's actually a good story in there and with good gameplay. But when Expedition 33 came out, oh, I like the ultra realistic Unreal Engine 5 look. Maybe I'll give this game a chance. So I think Square should do it that way. Make it more Western-esque appeal, visual appeal, and then make it turn-based too. I think that's how they should attack. I think that's how they should make their turn-based games.
I agree. Right? Yeah, you're 100% right. Right. They're also doing Tactics remastered coming out. You have like you said, like Dragon Quest. You have Octopath, Bravely Default, and a lot of those games. All of them are turn-based. It's just like their mainline games. Final Fantasy, which what everyone knows is not turn-based anymore. Ever since what? Fucking
ever since
11? 12, right? With Van?
Yeah.
So the thing is that it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right. So it's ever since like you got Lightning, and then you got 14, which is basically it's MMO, and then you got 15 and then 16. And can they go back? I don't think their main line can go back anymore. I think that if they want to get their other stuff good, like to be up to snuff in terms of like what Sandfall did with Expedition 33, I think what's it called again? Marketing is 100% the way to go. Like, because when the first time I saw the gameplay for this, like when it was announced like a year ago or whatever, when I was like, this looks pretty interesting. It's turn-based. It looks really cool. It's not from a Japanese studio. All right, well, it is what it is. But I sort of didn't like really look too much into it. But I do remember this game existed. And then right when it came out, people were saying this game is game of the year. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
And it is. And I think if they can use like I would say what they should do, given the fact that 16 was good for like one playthrough. Here's the thing. No matter how good 16 was, it wasn't good enough for me to buy the DLC. Right. So in my opinion, I think 16 is a failure. I think I love Ben Starr. I think 16 story was pretty good, and the combat's really good, but just only worth playing once. And I think that what him, not him, I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Naoki Yoshida, Yoshi P. I think what he should do is work with like people from the top, like Hamaguchi, like get like a good writer or producer like Kitase or something. Like once he's done with like all that kind of stuff, let what's it called again? Yoshi P run a completely new Square IP. Completely new Square IP, make it turn-based, and bring in his name is Soken as the composer. Like the same composer for Final Fantasy 14 and 16. I think once we have that, make a new IP, and then I think people will be okay with it now that Expedition 33 is really good.
Yeah, for me, it's like they should really capitalize on like I've said like look, Expedition 33 looks great on a visual perspective, but for me, it's like I can see the Unreal Engine-ness of that. But at the same time, I think Square should do that. Like, I think Square should make it more like, more Western in nature. They, remove the anime like aesthetics in the face, make it more like appeal to the West. I think there's a really, really huge market on tap there. Like, you can spam like 10 Expedition 30s and you'll still be fine, and they'll still do great. So I think Square should capitalize on that 100%. So, because for me, that's the way for you to mass appeal the West, which is what Expedition 33 was able to do because they had that visual style that appeals to the West, not the anime like aesthetics.
Yeah, I think I think you're right. I think the anime aesthetics, the anime visuals is a turnoff to a lot of Western players. What do you think, Ben? Like, I'm not sure if you're like a big Square Enix like Final Fantasy type of guy.
Yeah.
But like whenever you see like Final Fantasy 16, does it it's like, oh, it's another JRPG thing that I'm not interested in. Do you like, what do you think that what's it called, Square can do to sort of like, I guess you would say, salvage what little they have left, right? Because ultimately people are just waiting for Final Fantasy 7 Part 3.
Right. Yeah, I personally enjoyed Final Fantasy 16. I think that it had its problems, for sure, but I think the story was solid and characters were solid, which is something that I think that they've actually gotten right for a while. I enjoyed the characters as well in 14. I believe it was 14.
14 is the MMO.
Or 15 then with Noctis.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the characters, especially the side characters in that one too. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that they technically still do right. But I don't know if I don't know. Did they used to do turn-based back in the day for the combat style?
They stopped at like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they were more popular then, I think. But Final Fantasy is one of the most popular franchises still to this day, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the most recognizable.
I don't know if that would work for them or not. I honestly think that like Final Fantasy might have reached the point where diehard fans will still be there, but I don't know how much they can do to bring people back to it if they've left already. I don't know. I don't know if that would help or not, to be entirely honest with you.
Yeah. I think 16, like I said, 16, I give it like an 8, a solid 8. I think the story's pretty good. I think Prince Dion is one of the best characters in the entire game.
Yep.
Like, it's because like what he went through, and if you're talking about representation, like if you need like gay representation or LGBT representation, like you have him, and it's not like shoved in your face, right? So I think overall, it can appeal to, I think, more Western people. I think they just need to get it right. I think I would say it probably needs to be a new IP though. I don't think you can use Final Fantasy anymore. I think it's like it's sort of been established now that like this is the type of game you're going to be getting. And if you get something that is a new IP, you can potentially make a part 2 of it, because if you none of the Final Fantasies relate to one another, unless you're theory crafting, oh, actually 10 is actually a prequel to 7. It's like we're not sure, right? But
the sequel numbers kind of like turn off people. It's like, because like up to now you still hear people, oh, I don't want to play 15 games so that I can understand 16. They still think that they're all interconnected somehow. So like that number, that sequel number is kind of like a hurdle too. So I agree with Phil on that. It's like the fact that Final Fantasy 20 is like, oh no, I don't want to play 19 games so that I can understand the 20th. So it's like it's instead of like it's like it becomes a deterrent for it because of the the sequence of the IP. So yeah, I think it'll be better if it's a fresh new IP. The first impression is, oh, it's the first in the franchise, so it's easier to get into and stuff like that.
Yep. Man, to be honest, if they have a really like a good IP, I love Octopath Traveler. Like I think that the music in that game is really good too. I know that the story is sort of like it's not like it's all connected. It's like you play everyone's story and then it connects like midway through the game. But if they can, you know, I think people are more okay with turn-based now more than ever, especially with ReFantazio and Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So I hope that Square makes a comeback, because like whenever back in the day, whenever Square releases a game, people would just buy it because they know it's going to be good. Like same thing with like Marvel, you know, back in the day, oh, it's MCU, it's going to be good. Same thing with Pixar or Disney, right? But now it's like people lost a lot of faith in these companies is because of the directions they take. And but yeah, well, I just hope the next project to come out with is going to be good.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Project Eggroll podcast. Make sure to catch us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you all there.